And we are back. Who can guess what we are talking about today? Gloves. Hi. So today we're going to be talking about gloves. Why would you need to wear gloves? To protect your hands. To protect your hands from what? Well, that's the good question. There are three reasons to wear gloves. Number one, to protect your hands from injury in the event of an accident or a collision or a fall. Number two, to wear gloves to protect your hands from the sun. But the number three reason why to wear gloves is simply because for better grip on your motorcycle. So today I'm going to be showing you two pairs of gloves that I bought second hand, and I use them whenever I go riding. Now when I was younger, I always thought, nope, I'm not going to wear gloves. I'm a biker, I'm hardcore. And then I got caught in the rain one day. Now, being caught in the rain on a bike having to do 40 kilometers home was no joke, because the rain didn't let up and I was riding straight into the rain. So if you know anything about the rain, you would know that it's comprised of two elements or two things. Number one, water, and the other thing is dust. Now anyone who's been caught in the rain without gloves would know that it burns. It stings your hands when you are being showered with rain and you are riding into the rain and not away from it. So what happened to me is I got stranded 40 kilometers away from home, being the rough jack that I thought I was, with no gloves. And being that as it may, I had to ride home and the rain didn't stop. Now when I got home, one thing that I felt the most was pain. Pain in my hands, pain in my joints, my knuckles. It was just not a nice experience. So when I did get on a bike again, I decided, well, gloves are the way to go. So simply put, I would much rather not have that burning sensation of being showered with rain as I'm riding home. So I invested in two pairs of gloves, which I bought second hand, and I'm going to show them both to you today, to give you a basic idea of what to look for when buying a decent glove. So what also happened to me when I was younger, I witnessed some accidents in which motorcyclists were involved, and the one thing that happened that I witnessed or saw was their hands. The hands were always at risk, and that's another reason why I started wearing gloves, Rob. as opposed to riding with no gloves, because what happened in one collision, the guy went flying through the air. Now your natural inclination as a motorcyclist when coming off of your motorcycle is to use your hands to prevent yourself from serious injury. But what we don't realize is our hands are actually something that we need to protect. And what happened to one gentleman coming off his motorcycle, he put his hands out to prevent himself from injury, and his hands took the full blow of the accident, and he actually lost this part, this last two fingers on his hand. It was right off. And that's another reason why another thing that made me want to start wearing gloves. In another event, I was also on the road and I witnessed another accident, and I saw someone also flying through the air after a collision, and he stuck his hands out, and when he got up, his fingers were actually bent backwards. Now, I'm not saying that gloves is going to prevent any of that kind of injury, but prevention is better than cure. That's something that I always lived by. That's something that was taught to me. So any precaution you can take, any precautionary measure to protect yourself, it becomes a necessity. Prevention is better than cure. Wearing gloves as opposed to not wearing gloves, putting your hands in danger. I mean, this is something you use every day, not like this, rather like this, or like this, so not like this. But what I'm saying is to ride with your hands open, you're putting yourself at risk. Number two, gloves actually give you better grip and control over the motorcycle, because what I found is on a hot day when you're riding, your palms tend to secrete sweat, and it actually makes that you can slip on your controls. So with gloves on, I mean, they make gloves with special grip sections. Even if it's just a plain old leather glove, it's not going to sweat. So your control of your motorcycle will also be better with a glove than without. And that's why I started wearing gloves, protection and control. So on the whole issue of gloves, to me, it's much better riding with them than without. Um, I would say try to make that the next thing you buy after buying your helmet firstly, your jacket, then the next thing be gloves. Because like it or not, gloves are important to motorcyclists. That's a wrap from me. If you aren't subscribed yet, hit that little subscribe button, hit the like button. Helps us a lot. Much love. Peace to you all. Bye.